Right now, under the American flag, there are tropical islands where palm trees sway over turquoise waters, and you do not need a passport to live there. Most people think Caribbean retirement means millionaire budgets or complicated visa processes. They are completely wrong. If you are like most people, you have probably scrolled through retirement listings in Hawaii. You see those stunning beaches, those year-round temperatures in the 70s and 80s. Then you notice the prices. Hawaii costs 84% above the national average. The median home price pushes past $800,000. You close the browser and assume tropical retirement is for wealthy people only. But here is what the travel industry does not want you to know. Scattered across the Caribbean and Pacific are forgotten American territories so affordable that $10,000 genuinely gets you started. Some have monthly costs lower than what you would spend in London. Others offer homes for under $70,000. And in every single one, your pension arrives in dollars, Medicare works just fine, and you never need to renew a visa. I spent weeks doing research, investigating every affordable tropical territory under American jurisdiction. I cross-referenced cost of living data with actual real estate listings. I verified which communities are welcoming retirees in 2026. Most importantly, I found real stories from people who actually packed up and made the move. If you are new here, subscribe and hit the notification bell. We find affordable places most people overlook every single week. Today, I am going to show you exactly 7 forgotten tropical places where you can genuinely disappear with $10,000. I have saved the most surprising one for number 2, because what that island offers is almost unbelievable. Let us begin. Our first stop takes us to a place most Americans have never even heard of. On the northern coast of Puerto Rico sits a small town called Hatillo. The roads wind through limestone country. Caves carved over millions of years dot the hillsides. The Caribbean stretches out blue and endless, just minutes away. Here is why Hatillo matters. Recent data shows it is the cheapest place to live anywhere in Puerto Rico. A single person can live here comfortably for just $779 per month. A family of 4 spends around $2,137. Compare that to living costs in most British cities, and you start to understand why retirees are paying attention. Walk through the town center and you will find traditional Puerto Rican life preserved. Colorful buildings line the streets. Elderly men play dominoes in the shade. The pace feels like stepping back 40 years to a Caribbean that tourism forgot. The Camí River Cave Park sits nearby. Underground rivers carved massive chambers you can tour. Beaches along the northern coast offer swimming and fishing. And because this is American soil, your pension transfers seamlessly. Medicare covers your doctor visits. You pay in dollars at every shop. The honest truth about Hatillo is that Spanish helps. It is not essential since many locals speak English. But deeper community connections come easier if you learn some phrases. Hurricane season is real from June through November. The power grid has improved dramatically since Maria, but perfection takes time. But what if I told you there is a place with beaches that rival anywhere in the Caribbean, and homes selling for under $70,000? Cabo Rojo sits on the southwest corner of Puerto Rico. Red cliffs plunge into turquoise water. Salt flats glow pink at sunset. The Los Murillos Lighthouse stands guard over one of the most dramatic coastlines in the Caribbean. The numbers here are remarkable. A single person can live comfortably on $1,137 per month. Rent and utilities run between $572 and $990. Families of 4 manage on around $2,700. Right now, you can find 3-bedroom homes with 2 bathrooms and over 2,500 square feet, selling for $70,000. The Boquerón Beach Village comes alive every evening. Seafood restaurants line the waterfront. Locals and retirees mix over cold drinks and fresh catches. The Cabo Rojo National Wildlife Refuge protects thousands of acres of coastal habitat. Migrating birds fill the skies in autumn. Real estate experts note that Cabo Rojo is gaining attention from buyers seeking lower entry costs with future upside. Translation for those watching carefully. Prices are still low, but smart money is starting to notice. Cabo Rojo sits in hurricane territory. Spanish remains helpful for everyday interactions. Import costs mean some goods cost more than stateside, but for stunning beaches at mainland prices, this corner of Puerto Rico delivers. Cabo Rojo offers stunning beaches at remarkable prices. But what if I told you there is an island within an island where the water literally glows at night? Take a short flight or ferry from the main island and you reach Vieques. Wild horses roam the hills. Former Navy land has returned to nature, and Mosquito Bay contains one of the brightest bioluminescent bays on Earth. Imagine kayaking at night. Every paddle stroke ignites bright blue light. Swimming creates explosions of color as microorganisms glow when disturbed. Retirees describe it as watching magic happen around you. Financial planners estimate that a frugal retirement lifestyle runs between $2,000 and $2,500 per month in Vieques. Homes have a median value around $101,700. The median rent sits at just $450. Most residents own their homes outright. Puerto Rico offers significant tax incentives under ACT 60. Qualifying residents pay no federal income tax on income sourced in Puerto Rico. Even retirees of more ordinary means enjoy perks. Pension and Social Security income receives favorable treatment. Every transaction happens in United States dollars under American law. The honest picture of healthcare here requires attention. Medicare covers you completely. But the island hospital was damaged by Hurricane Maria in 2017 and rebuilding continues. Current facilities handle primary care and emergencies. Specialist visits require a ferry or short flight to the main island. Shopping is limited. Most residents make monthly mainland trips for supplies. The ferry can run irregular in rough weather. But for those who dream of Caribbean life the way it existed before mass tourism, Vieques delivers authenticity you cannot find elsewhere. Vieques feels like stepping back 50 years to a Caribbean that tourism forgot. But if you want true Pacific Island life under the American flag, our next destination takes you 12,000 miles from the mainland. Saipan floats in the western Pacific Ocean, 12 miles long and 5.5 miles wide. It is the largest of 14 islands that make up the Commonwealth of the Northern Mariana Islands. A genuine American territory most Americans have never heard of. The indigenous Chamorro people have lived here nearly 4 millennia. Spain ruled, then Germany, then Japan. The brutal 3-week Battle of Saipan in 1944 made it possible for America to reach striking distance of Tokyo. Residents voted to join as a Commonwealth in 1978. Today, you can dive to Spanish galleons, remember history at Bonsai Cliff, and learn about the Carolinian people who also call this home. A single person can live here on approximately $1,972 a month. The cost of living runs 27% cheaper than Honolulu. A 2-bedroom home costs around $200,000. Healthcare exists on the island, though more limited than mainland standards. The lifestyle here centers on water and warmth. Greg Norman designed the dramatic Lau Lau Bay Golf Course. The Par 72 course at Coral Ocean Point challenges golfers. Crystal clear waters offer world-class diving and snorkeling. Temperatures stay in the low to mid-80s year-round. One retiree put it simply, "We are very far from anywhere else, but it is beautiful, the people are lovely, and it is a worthwhile adventure to live here." Despite being the territorial capital, Saipan retains a small-town feel. This fosters community and connection that larger places simply cannot match. Typhoons replace hurricanes in the Pacific. The journey from Britain takes over 24 hours. Most goods ship from far away, so expect elevated prices for shopping. But for genuine Pacific Island life with American citizenship rights intact, nothing else compares. Saipan offers Pacific paradise for the adventurous, but if you want Caribbean warmth closer to home, with a growing community of people just like you, the next destination might surprise you. Aguadilla sits on Puerto Rico's northwest coast. It was formerly home to Ramey Air Force Base. Today, the runways welcome direct flights from major American cities. The surf culture rivals anything in California. Crash Boat stretches 3 miles from town. Crystal clear waters and colorful fishing boats create scenes that belong on postcards. Surfers from around the world come for consistent waves. Families splash in calm coves protected from the swells. Real estate experts identify Aguadilla alongside Cabo Rojo and Luquillo as areas gaining attention for lower entry costs. The Rafael Hernandez Airport means you can fly home to visit family without hours of driving first. Las Cascadas Water Park brings grandchildren running. The expat community continues growing. Retirees find others who made similar journeys. English works well in most situations. Medical facilities serve the region. The infrastructure from the Air Force days left behind good roads and services. Hurricane season applies here, as everywhere in Puerto Rico. Spanish opens more doors. But for California surf vibes at Caribbean prices, Aguadilla deserves serious consideration. Aguadilla delivers coastal living with convenient connections. But here is where things get truly surprising. The next destination costs more than Puerto Rico, but offers something no other American territory can match. St. Croix stretches across the Caribbean Sea. It is the largest of the United States Virgin Islands. Danish colonial architecture lines cobblestone streets in Christiansted and Frederiksted. Turquoise waters lap at beaches that rival anywhere on Earth. Here is why St. Croix stands apart. It is the Caribbean proper, the real thing. Because it falls under American jurisdiction, no passport is required and no visa renewals. You will not need foreign exchange calculations. The official language is English. The currency is the American dollar. Medicare works here, and Social Security arrives on schedule. Real estate purchases face no restrictions for American residents. Housing costs are more reasonable than on the other Virgin Islands. St. Croix homes typically sell between $250,000 and $700,000. Monthly retirement budgets start around $2,937. Affordable apartments begin around $950 per month. One retiree who moved from Washington, D.C. shared their experience. Aside from electricity costs at 50 cents per kilowatt hour, they said if you can retire there, you can make it work with a few adjustments. Crime and housing costs mirror what you would find in any American city. Be aware of your surroundings. Live the dream. Another couple spent 4 years visiting and planning before making the move from California. They sold ranches and homes on the mainland and reinvested in their island life. Their advice echoes across the expat community. Plan carefully. Visit often. If you can handle the distance from family and old friends, it becomes the most rewarding time of your life. The honest challenges matter. Hurricane Maria and Irma devastated the islands in 2017. Recovery continues. Windstorm insurance costs around 2 to 3% of your home value annually. Everything ships from the mainland, so groceries and goods cost more. Electricity bills can shock newcomers. This is not the cheapest option on our list. For those who dreamed of Caribbean retirement and thought it impossible, St. Croix proves genuine island living under the American flag is within reach. St. Croix offers the Caribbean dream without leaving America. Our final destination might be the most practical choice of all, because it combines tropical weather with something even more valuable, a thriving community that has welcomed retirees for decades. Ponce sits on Puerto Rico's southern coast, the Pearl of the South. The Museum City. It is the second largest urban area on the island, with real infrastructure that smaller towns simply cannot match. The numbers work beautifully here. A single person lives comfortably on $1,282 monthly. Families of 4 manage on $2,963. Rent and utilities run between $651 and $1,089 depending on size. Meanwhile, rent across Puerto Rico runs 45% lower than the American national average. Hospital de Damas provides comprehensive medical care right in town. Specialists practice locally. You will not ferry to the mainland for routine healthcare. Walk through Ponce any evening and you see life happening the way it should. The historic plaza fills with families. Musicians play traditional music. The Museo de Arte de Ponce houses world-class art. Castillo Serralles, the historic mansion, overlooks the city from the hills. La Guancha Boardwalk buzzes with restaurants and entertainment along the waterfront. The southern coast enjoys drier weather than northern Puerto Rico. Mountain backdrops meet Caribbean sea views. Spanish colonial architecture survives in remarkable condition. The local identity runs strong and proud. Established retiree communities mean finding others who understand your journey. English works well throughout the city. Direct flights connect to major American airports. Medicare functions smoothly. Banks and services feel familiar. Hurricane season applies, though the southern coast historically faces less severe impacts. Spanish deepens your community connections. Import costs affect goods throughout Puerto Rico, but this is manageable. This is practical. This is real. So there you have it. 7 forgotten tropical places under the American flag, where your retirement savings go further than you ever imagined. From the cave country of Hatilo to the sunset beaches of Cabo Rojo, from the bioluminescent waters of Vieques to the Pacific paradise of Saipan, from the surf breaks of Aguadilla to the Caribbean charm of St. Croix, and finally, to the cultural richness of Ponce, where $10,000 genuinely gets you started. These opportunities are real. They exist right now. Most people have no idea. If you found this video valuable, please subscribe and make sure to watch the next video appearing on the screen.